everyone. So excited for you to join me today. Thank you for coming and viewing my YouTube channel. I am going to start off today by sharing one of my favorite new products. It's the unique bonbons. They're so much fun. They have names after desserts. So this one is cherry cobbler. So much fun. I love them. I do wish they were not $22, but for the sake of argument, I'm going to show you why they're probably $22. First, they come in this really cool case, which is like a brushed metal, really chic. I mean, it's really chic. It's more than your average chapstick. It's the love child between a chapstick and a lipstick. You get a nice tint, which I love, but also tons of moisture. So I am like the girl version of a LL Cool J. I'm constantly licking my lips. So this gives me that moisture and I don't have to lick like a dog. So they're gonna get my $22. I really wish it was closer to $15, but I'm gonna pay. So anyways, lip bonbons, you can get them from your favorite unique presenter. Mine is Ashley. Hi Ashley, shout out. Okay, so I am gonna share with you today 3 fun and engaging games that you can play during your online parties. So as we know, there has been a huge shift in how we do our demos and presentations, parties, events, whatever you call them, from 1950 when direct sales kind of started popping up. Well, the internet is our friend and it allows us to expand our market. It allows us to kind of have an opportunity to meet people that we wouldn't normally meet and really build our clientele list. However, most of the events that a lot of the direct sales ladies are doing are on Facebook, because let's just be honest, Facebook is really built for it, where some of the other social media platforms really aren't. You can't really have a party on Twitter. It's really tough. I've seen some people try to do it though. I gotta hand it to them. It's creative, but it's really tough. And you can't really capture people the way you can on Facebook. Facebook gives you like an event or a group where you can kind of herd everyone and keep their interest for an hour. So I have a couple of general tips. Number 1, I don't care what corporate says. Inviting 30 people to your online event is a mistake. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you have 30, 40, 50 people at your event, it looks spammy, and B, you cannot give your personal attention online to 40 people. It is so hard. And trust me, I am not a corporate person who is talking on the side of my ass. I actually do this almost every day. So I'm telling you, 30 is a lot. I like 10 people in my events, unless I'm doing kind of like a showcase like I have going on right now, or I'm just showing everything that I have like a fashion show, then it's okay. But when you are trying to really gain sales, you want to get a small group that you can message back and forth, because that's what you're really doing. You're using that messaging tool and you're really getting in there and learning about your customers or your potential customers and having that one-on-one concierge service. And when you have 30 people trying to message you, it is so hard. You're frantic, you get flustered, you're forgetting who you're talking to. It's hard to keep notes on everyone. It is so hard. So unless you're a robot or just like a supreme being, which maybe some of you are, I am not. I am a normal person. I like 10 people I can manage. I can really understand them. I can talk to them. We can have fun. And I can create an experience that they want to have again. So, that being said, I'm going to start with my first game. Game number 1. It is called I Spy. Okay, so you remember this as a kid, you're like driving on a road trip and you're like, I spy this license plate or whatever. It's kind of like that, but online. So we create, and I'm going to show you, you'll see, and then it'll pop up. This is the I Spy game piece. The ring is in the lower center. Can you find it? a game piece, basically a graphic that has tons of like clutter on it, and then buttons and screws and weird things. And then you hide your piece, like in our case it's jewelry, we'll hide a ring or we'll hide earrings or whatever in the actual graphic for people to find. And it is so much fun. I kid you not, this game is so simple because you can post it and let people play at their leisure. People like that. People like to be able to come onto your parties and play when they have a moment, not like, okay, between 6 and 7 we're having a game, and if you're not there, you're not going to play it. Like, people don't like that. They really like to have a time where they can go on when their kids are asleep and play games. So this one is cool because you post it and then people can respond. And I always give like an end time. Like, I'm like, okay, by the 8 a.m. I post at 8 p.m. By 8 a.m. you have to have your answers in. Something like that. It gives people 12 hours. But you find whatever it is in the clutter and you call it out. It's fun. You know what? I don't know why people love it so much, because it is so simple, but it is one of those puzzle games. So if you have customers that are those brainiac types that like to solve puzzles or riddles, those are the girls you want to play this with. So number two game, This or That. This or That is so simple. It's an easy game. You see tons of brands using something similar. You get two options. I know Style Magazine always says like, who wore it better? Same idea, right? And you can play with this with your own brand to kind of make it work best. But I like to do it for jewelry. And I do it, you'll see that I posted 2 necklaces because they're in 2 different lines and 2 different collections that have 2 different feels. This necklace is classic and modern, and that one is fun and flirty. Which do you like best? So it helps me ascertain what type of girl I'm dealing with. Am I dealing with what we call a Chloe, a classic girl, or more a trendy girl, Isabel, or are we dealing with Chloe Bell, somewhere in between? So that's pretty much what I use This or That for, and I also use it to figure out if they like gold or silver, do they prefer studs or hoops, drops or statement earrings. Like, I just come up with all types of this or that so that I can get information from my customer without sitting down and having a full-on conversation. Because when you're online, you don't have that. I think I talked in one of my trainings about the vibe that you give off online and how that is like your one of your senses. And so you can't really hear, you can't really see them, you can't smell them, and you probably don't want to taste them, but you get a vibe, and like that's how you roll. So that's what I use This or That for. A lot of fun. Okay, and finally, the showstopper of all showstoppers. If your event goes stale, you all know what I'm talking about. It's like crickets, crickets, crickets. So then you can use a graphic that says, hey, is anybody there? Crickets, crickets. Okay, this is how you bring your party back to life. You're going to grab a pen and you're going to write this down. You will not believe it. So simple. It's called the Disney Princess Game. Okay, I know we are all past Disney Princess time, but for some reason, we still love it. So, this is how you play. You create images with your products that give hints to a Disney princess. So you'll see, we did some, and you can do like Tiana or Aurora or whatever, and do pink, or put a little frog, or whatever it is, like whatever makes you feel that character, but you're gonna put in some character cues. And like for us, we always do a full outfit and then put our jewelry to match. If you do makeup, like my Unique girls, you can do a look. It's really cool. It's really cool. Here's a Disney princess and a Disney villain. Can you name them? You could do that. My personal favorite is the spin, and it's Disney villains. That's when things really get fun, because the Disney villains are a lot harder to characterize than the princesses because they're iconic, right? But the villains they have that iconic feel, but it's kind of harder to differentiate them using jewelry or makeup. So it's so much fun. People get into it. They love it, and you can use color schemes or combinations. You can do patterns. You can do so many things that create that Disney character, but it's really fun to kind of figure it out. And the girls kind of go back and forth, and I'm like, well, that's not Aurora, that's, you know, Pocahontas. And you're like, that's not Pocahontas. So it creates some buzz and generates all of that engagement that you're looking for. So that's a really fun one. It will bring your party back to life. I always use it when I'm like, uh-oh, the ship is sinking. Boom! Disney princess. And it works. So those are my tips for today. Please be sure to leave me some comments below. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section below, or you can email me at bosslady@Ms.CandiBaby.com. You can also check my website for cool blogs, and also what's hot in fashion right now, and then of course workshops where I'm going to be presenting more information on marketing your small business or social media marketing, and you can find all of that on my website, www.MsCandiBaby.com. Until next time, cheers!